Hey, it's Amy Chesery, author and illustrator of The Coloring Book of Shadows. And this is a video I colored live on Facebook. So it is raw and unscripted, but hopefully it gives you some inspiration and ideas on how to color your own magical stuff. So thanks for watching. Okay, so I'm going to color the bag with kind of a nice beige. I think that was the one I was going to use. Ginger root, and I did some candles the other week that were beige ginger root and a little bit of this light umber. So I'm going to do something similar for the bag because it works and I liked how it looked. Okay, so let me just get my pencil sharpener here. We will be rolling. Cool. Sharpen my pencil. All right. So I'm going to keep it like pretty neutral, and then let me move my pencils again. I'm left-handed, so everything is kind of like always in the way for some reason. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to use the same color just to be cool. To show you kind of like what you can do with just one color. Haha. So I'm gonna like go around the edge, keep it real simple, and then like pretend the shadow, you know, the sun and the shadow, like these leaves are casting a little shadow, right? So you can make it darker. Even just a little bit like that makes a difference and looks cute. Of course, the bottom is gonna be shadier. Get my left hand out of the way. I think I have more light this time too. I tried to like hook it up a little bit better. Okay, so a little bit darker down at the corner and the bottom. And like around the objects, and like of course under here, that would be shadowy, right? So this is all the same color, ginger root, to start, just to keep it simple. I'm trying to keep it just like a, not too heavily shaded. Just give it a bit of a lighter look. I've been coloring some really heavy things lately, like heavy in tone, like dark blue, Neptune, and so I'm trying to keep it a little lighter. The other day I went crazy. Like things just could not be saturated enough that day when I was coloring, so, which was fun. Okay, so now that I have like some ginger root, that looks pretty good. Using these neutral colors can be really, really fun. And then this will be a little darker up here. Let's not forget about that part of the bag. Oh, and so this is like a dream sachet. So scents and herbs and things like that are great for dreaming and bedtime, aromatherapy, and oils. I think a lot of people know those things first off from things like relaxing scents. So that's kind of what this spell is about. It's a good way to go, like when you're winding down or whatever, like sniffing lovely things is great. So like yeah, so anyway, that's what this is, and you can see like just using a little bit of the same color but making it darker, like you really get that fold. So this is like a fold up there, right? So like even if you just, even though there's no black line, if you just put like a little bit, you can get that kind of thing. And then this inside, yeah, cool. And then down here would be shaded. Yeah, it's interesting when you start to write a dream journal how quickly, I think it's interesting, how quickly the dreams come, because I would think I don't remember my dreams, but then if I look back at old dream journals, when I'm conscious about it, whoa, some crazy stuff happens. I found an old one the other day that it said that someone was trying to take my husband's chocolate bunny, like I had given him a chocolate bunny for Easter last year or whatever, and someone in the dream was trying to like take it. weird. Who knows what that's about. But anyway, cool. So if you're more conscious about your dreams, you can find some interesting stuff. That's, even though that's a little nonsensical, I don't know. It's just, I think it's a cool thing to delve in, and it really helps to write about it. So that's the basic with just one color still, which is pretty cool, I think. That might be, I don't know if that's boring or interesting to watch. I think it's interesting. Okay, and then I'm just going to use, this is the light umber, and I'm going to darken the darkest shadowy parts. And I'm going to be really light about it. I'm not going to go crazy, even though it's tempting. So like anywhere, let's see. So that's kind of like a, you can add like, yeah, that needs to be like that. Okay. Sorry. I digress. That looks cute, I think. Oops, see, that was, it's easy to go a little too dark. I think I can even it out still. That's going to be a shadowy part of the bag anyway. I'll try not to go any darker than that. Sometimes it's quicker too if you keep it lighter. But it's hard to do. Like, you have to really, if you're a heavier colorer, like I am, you have to be pretty conscious of it. But see how that darkened it up like really fast? Okay. Cute though. I love little charm bags. They're so cute. Okay. Cool? Cool. And just a little bit at the bottom. Definitely like around an item which might be shading it. I mean, it's in like, depends on how your lighting is. It might not be that shadowy in real life, but for coloring it looks good to kind of, it just looks realistic when you add touches like that. So it's a cool thing to do. Make it a little more shadowy. Definitely make the folds of the fabric like a little more shadowy. And then I think that's looking pretty good. Get around the bottom. And here more. Aw, cute. Make this a little more shadowy. I like it. That looks cute. Cool. Okay. So maybe just something like that. Maybe a little more over here. I always find like a little bit more to do. So bear with me and I'll finish it up. Looks cool though. I like it. Keep it simple. You could make it any color. You don't have to make your bag brown, of course. I saw a really cool like lavender purple one. I think that was posted here. Yeah, look back at the one that I think if you want to see a cool purple one, there's one posted on the wall of the page. Cool. Okay, so I'm just using a little bit of the light umber to darken it up around the edges. And that looks pretty awesome. Cool. Awesome. Oh, sorry, I just shook the camera. Okay, and then I think I'm going to make the, oh, gee, I don't know. What colors did I make? The moon and the stars. I was just going to go brown, but now I'm not sure. There's so many exciting things we could do with it. Okay, I'm going to leave that then and move on to, I guess, the crystals. Crystals are fun. Actually, I'm going to do the leaves. I know leaves maybe are not the most interesting thing to watch, but they're not that bad. And I'm going to do them because there's going to be a lot of green in the page, and I want to see what that looks like before I do the other stuff. So that's the method to my madness. And let me look at my swatches here to make sure what I'm working with. I picked like kind of the weirdish greens. I've been liking this, the olive and the lime peel together. I think those are cool. And then maybe a little spring green since spring is kind of hitting. And then I have the dark green here just in case I need it, but I'm probably not going to use it. I'm going to go with the weirder green tones. I'm going to make it, I think I'm going to do a similar method to how I did the bag by just getting it all the one color and then doing the edges darker to shade it. And I'm doing it lightly. I'm not going all the way with it. Okay, so that's cool. And then I'm going to get the olive green. And I'm just going to kind of shade the, like the edges and stuff. All right, so I think that's pretty good for now. And then the flowers, that was kind of the interesting part of these flowers are white. If you go by what I put often, they are white, jasmine and yarrow. So I'm gonna do like a gray. Actually, I'm gonna do the centers yellow just for fun. And that's how they're gonna look. Maybe like just a tiny bit. Jasmine aren't usually yellow in the center, but whatever. At least the ones in my yard aren't. They're like, I don't know, a little different. But now I have a, for these white flowers, as I said, I was going to look up, like you can see tutorials on coloring white. But you can use like light blue or gray. I'm going to go with the 20% warm gray. And I'm just going to kind of wing it. And I'm going to leave it white, but I'm going to do a little bit of shadowing like this. But I'll try to put like I have a Pinterest board with a bunch of coloring tips, and I'll try to put like a coloring white thing. I was going to try to look at one ahead of time. Okay, that might be a little much, but actually that looks kind of cool. I'll try to tone it down on the other leaves, but that's the basic idea. It's like negative space because you leave the white part and just do the shadowy things. Light blue might have looked kind of cool too. Meh, that's a little dark, but it looks cool. Maybe that's not quite as subtle as I was going for, but that's fine. You can see what the intent is though. It's kind of cool. And then that one, like these ones would be more shadowy because they're underneath. So you can kind of start with those shadows to make sure you have them covered, and like you can see like how much darkness they're going to add, how much darkness they'll add to the page. Because they're going to be shadowy, and then you can work lighter because you can't lighten it up when your page is white, of course, right? So do the dark parts first and then go lighter. At least that's what I'm going to do. Ooh, that's a little maybe too dark, but that's okay. I was not looking. I was looking at like up close. Sometimes you gotta really like look, stand back and look at the big picture. But that's okay. They're just shadowy, right? Right. And that's my first try. Live on Facebook, my first try coloring gray flowers. White, whatever they are. Still cool. It's a book of shadows, right? So it's supposed to be shadowy. Aww. Okay, cool. Actually, that looks not awesome. That looks not awful. That looks good. It's like a little dark in here, but whatever. It's kind of bothering me though. Maybe just maybe, since it's a light gray, maybe I can lighten it up. Nah. Okay, I'm just gonna roll with it. Cool. It actually looks pretty good. And I learned something new. Or I tried something new. I'm not quite sure what I've learned yet. Okay, research it beforehand. Otherwise you never know. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of this darker orange, just like here where it would be shadowy. The top. I'm going to say it's the top right. That's shadowy just for some consistency. That looks cute. And it just adds a little more depth. Just a simple trick, right? Ka-cha! Look how awesome those are. So awesome! Okay, and now taking what I've learned from the other side, I'm going to do these ones. Also white. But just a little bit less. Or maybe I'll just leave them totally white. No, I'm going to do like the edges because jasmine kind of bend over. That's what I'm going to do. It's going to look cool too. They're like, the petals seem kind of conical to me. I have one. Or like curved like a taco shell. That's what I mean. Like they curve under. So by shading that, to me that looks like it's curved under a little bit. It's a subtle effect. Use your imagination if you don't see it, but I think it's cool. Cool. Awesome. I like it. So this is what I have so far. I think it's really cute.